can stress ever be good for you? So here's the thing, stress can absolutely be good for you. However, I really want to put a massive caveat here because I think that this is where a lot of people go wrong. And I think there's a big conversation around how we talk about stress. But I think when we're looking at if stress can ever be really good for us, it's understanding that yes, it can, but I think we need to change the language around it. Instead of saying that all stress can be good for us, we've actually got to make sure that we're using the right terminology. So with all my clients and every single company that I work with, I always talk about the difference between pressure and stress because I think that is the best way to be able to differentiate the two, right? And I think a lot of people use pressure and stress interchangeably. I personally don't like to do that because it can really create some muddied water and it can create a bit of conflict within the workplace or even within yourself, right? So when we're looking at the difference between pressure, so aka good stress, versus stress that can actually cause distress, we need to make sure that we're putting it into the right categories. So let's have a bit of a chat around pressure. So essentially pressure can be a really, really positive thing, right? So every single person has a pressure performance curve. So I'll pop a little diagram here. Is it the best diagram? Maybe not, but we're going to go with it. It's a bit of a bell curve. So essentially this is just showing that under a certain amount of pressure, people can perform at their optimum. Now, massive caveats here. Every single person's pressure performance curve is unique to them. So the amount of pressure that you can work under is going to be vastly different to somebody else's. So we need to make sure that we are not comparing ourselves to anyone else or vice versa. So that's one massive thing. But when we're working really well under pressure, what actually happens is our focus increases, our motivation increases, our ability to problem solve increases, our ability to make really good quality decisions increases, as well as our energy. And here's a fun fact, your immune system boosts under working well under pressure as well. So that's working under pressure, right? And essentially when I look at pressure, I look at what it means. So working under pressure is working towards a goal, a target, a deadline, but understanding it's completely determined by your own actions and behavior, right? So you're in complete control, which is awesome. Stress, on the other hand, is working towards the same goals, the same targets, the same deadlines, or whatever it is, but you're actually lacking a resource of some sort. Now, that resource can lead you to a lack of focus, a lack of concentration, the inability to make decisions or make good quality decisions. You can't problem solve appropriately. You're making more mistakes. You've got lowered energy. And the other thing is as well, it really directly impacts your physical well-being as well. So it really lowers that immune system. So that has a whole host of issues right there. So when we look, can stress ever be good? Yes, but it has to be in the right circumstances and it's working under pressure. Now, can we work under pressure 100% of the time? No, I've personally tried it myself and a lot of my clients have tried it. It just doesn't work. So really understanding that working well under pressure is in a unique, specific time, right? So you can't be under 100% of the time. You've got to find ways to work well under pressure, come back, reset, take a deep breath and go back to working under pressure. That's also going to increase resilience as well. But what we're really wanting to do is avoiding slipping into that stress because that stress is what really causes the physical health issues, the mental health issues, and the emotional health issues as well. So I hope that answers that question. Now, make sure that you go follow my YouTube channel. It's all filled with just stress relief and talking about stress management. And if you want to get in contact with me, please do. All right, guys, get your shit together, literally and figuratively.